Good morning. Today is June 9th, 2021. This morning I'm going to show you how to the process of peritoneal dialysis done manually at home. I'm doing this for family history and to educate some of you in case you go through this process, and hopefully it will help you. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone that have Facebook commented on my page, have texted me, have sent chat messages, sent flowers, food, called me to see how I'm doing. I really appreciate your support. It means a lot to me. The first thing that you have to do when you do peritoneal dialysis is wash your hands, which I've already done. But before that, you need to wear a mask to so that you avoid any contamination or any germs as much as possible. The first thing I'm going to show you is the supplies. This is my room temporarily. This shelf here is all my dry supplies, which I use almost 4 times a day on a daily basis. There's caps, there's gauzes, there's liners, swabs, and there's hand sanitizer, which is very important, and bleach. There's also bleach, and then these are the boxes that I use on a daily basis. This is what they call the solution bag, and I use, if you do it manually, you use about 4 of these bags a day, and these are for when you go on the machine. Stop. The next step after you wash your hands and wear your mask is to bleach your area, your work area. So what I'm doing is bleaching my work surface. I need to bleach your scales, what they call an organizer, where you're going to put your tubes and connect. Pull the organizer. And then you wait 2 minutes. You always, 2 minutes is the magic number. So I have a 2-minute timer just to dry everything. Okay, now that our 2 minutes is up, now I'm going to gather my supplies that I'll need. I have a liner to place everything down on. I have a solution called Alkivus, which is a bleach that helps to clean out my tube, and hand sanitizer. Need a roll of tape, what they call a cap, what they call an island dressing to cover my tube after, and a gauze to clean my tube, to bleach my tube before I start the process. Also, I need a bag of solution, which has been heated up. It's always heated up on a warmer. And the solution depends on, there's different types of solution, 3 types of solution: a yellow, a green, and a red. And the way that you can tell is by the color of the caps. So the first thing you do is break the bag open, put it on the floor, and you have to do what they call a scale, which means you check the solution, what type of solution, the clarity, the liquid has to be clear, the amount, which is 2,000 milliliters, leaks, for any leaks, you squeeze it for any leaks, and the expiration date. Then you hang it on the scale, and the first thing I'm going to do is I have to drain the liquid that's in my stomach area. So all these comes apart. You turn the dial, take out the green cap, and you stick this in the organizer. The next thing I need to do is to what they call burrito my tube, which means to bleach it so that it's clean, to avoid any contamination or any germs. So I open this gauze. This whole process takes about 30 minutes once you get it down. So I stick the bleach in the gauze. You have to make sure it's saturated. Oops. I usually squeeze it to make sure it's totally saturated. And then I have to remove my tube, which is on my stomach. I usually like to keep it covered. So this tube is connected to my stomach all the time now. So underneath is the hole where it comes out of my stomach. This is what it looks like. So now I have to burrito this part because this is your connector. And you want to make sure that it's not contaminated and it's totally clean. So you stick it between the two gauzes and you roll it a couple times. And then what they call it a burrito, is you wrap it up. And I have to let it sit there for 2 minutes. So this is my 2-minute timer. So I just sit for 2 minutes. Okay, after my 2 minutes is up, I need to re-sanitize my hand. You always sanitize your hands to keep them clean. Then I take my burrito, my tube, and I count 30 seconds, or count to 30. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That's to make sure that it's totally bleached. Then I pull it out of the gauze and I stick it into what they call a parking spot. Now I uncap this cap. That's going to connect me to the drain. Then I unscrew this and connect myself to the organizer. Now there's a clamp here. I'll open this, and this is in the drain mode. So now what happens is all the liquid that's in my stomach will go into this drain bag. Takes about 5 to 10 minutes depending on how much is in there. So you see the liquid going into the bag. It's pretty quick. And those are that water looking thing is actually all the toxins coming out of my stomach because my kidneys can't function right. Cool. Okay, 8 minutes, about 8 minutes has gone by, so now I want to measure the bag to make sure that all the liquid, or as much liquid as I can take out, is in here. All this liquid was in my stomach. It's about almost 4 pounds of liquid. The first thing I need to do is clamp my tube and turn this upside down and hook it to the scale. I also want to see the clarity, make sure it's clear and there's no little white things floating around. Okay, so we are at about 1800, so that's good. So now I can fill my stomach because about 1800 milliliters of liquid has come out. So what I do is I reopen my clamp. I turn the dial to flush. There's a little cone in this bag, and I'm going to fill about 1600 milliliters of this bag. I break the cone and I wait for it to for the liquid to come down to take out any air bubbles. Then I switch it to fill, and it'll fill me. It'll take about 15 minutes. It's slower to fill to have all that liquid go into my stomach. While I'm waiting, I put the cap that I used into this protector. It's like a cap cover. I can pull it out and toss it. While I'm waiting, I also usually get my tape ready so it'll be faster. So I usually take about 3 things of tape so that I can cover myself when I'm done. I always like to just sanitize my hands, and I just wait for about 10 minutes. Sometimes I play my Candy Crush games just to wait.
Go.
Okay, about 5 minutes has left, maybe 7 minutes, and I'm checking the drain bag. It started at 2,000, and I think now it's about 1,000, little less than 1,000. And total is 2,000 milliliters, but I'm just going to put in 1,600 because it's too much if I put the whole 2,000. So I got a few more minutes to go, and this is about how much is left. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. We got about maybe 100 milliliters left to go. What I forgot to tell you guys in the beginning is after you wash your hands, you need to make sure your bedroom door is closed, all windows are closed, air conditioners are off, no pets in the room, and that's to avoid any germs or any infections, because you don't want your stomach to get infected at all. So now I'm checking, and it's about 1,600 milliliters that's gone in me, so I can stop. So what I need to do is turn this dial to the pin, which closes everything. And then I close my clamp, and I'm done filling. Now all I need to do is put a new cap on. And this has iodine in it to help the cap stay clean. So you take this cap out and you unscrew yourself, and you hook yourself to the new cap, which breaks the iodine. Then you put this old cap on here, and now that I can unscrew myself, make sure your clamp is closed. And what I like to do is wrap my coil around so it doesn't touch anything or hit anything. And I tape it down. And this is the island dressing, just to cover it. Kind of cover it up as much as you can. And I just put a tape lengthwise and up and down, and that is it, and I'm done for another about 4 hours. So I do this 4 times a day, and I clean up my area. Put this back, and I'm good to go for about 4 hours. I forgot to thank one person that, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to do it, is my teammate, my husband. He's gone to training with me. He empties all these bags. See, now that this bag is full, what we do is we cut it and drain the liquid into the toilet bowl. Unfortunately, we can't recycle any of this, so I have a lot of trash every day. There's this trash just for the bags, and then I have a box of trash just for all the plastic and paper stuff. And there you have it. Bye!